Last ride was naughty. A scooty darting down the hills like it was in a MotoGP audition, me chasing, laughing and hanging on through those Meghalaya bends. It was fun, fast and pure energy. But this stretch of the ride, it's completely opposite. The moment I rode on my own pace, the world just slowed down. The wind felt calmer. The hills stood still, a few sun rays cutting through the clouds, reminding me why I fell in love with riding in the first place. No rush, no chase, just throttle, breath and peace. This is what solo rides are really about. Finding your own rhythm, your own pace, and just flowing with the curves. I was just following the road wherever it wanted to take me. And that's when Google Maps decided to make things interesting. Google Maps said fastest route. It didn't say anything about the forest, the shadows, the silence. Right now I'm heading towards Sobar in search of nature's paradise and some beautiful photographs. But the road I am on feels more like nature's test. It began casually, that classic Meghalaya mood. Fresh mountain air, the sun shining bright, hills fading into the mist. The kind of road that makes you forget where you are going. But slowly, things started to change. The road began to shrink. Trees moved closer, tall, ancient, pressing in from both sides. The air got thicker, heavier, almost like the forest stopped just to watch me ride through it. I rolled the throttle carefully, the sound of the engine echoing in every corner. No signboards, no villages, just one lonely strip of tarmac, slightly cracked, buried under a thin blanket of leaves. The road is barely wide enough for 2 cycles. Every blind turn feels like a coin toss. One side, a hill wall brushing my shoulder. The other, a steep, endless drop, layered with green so dense you can't see the bottom. I glance at Google Maps again. The line still says straight, still confident. But this doesn't look straight. This looks like a dare. A route Google probably drew while sipping coffee somewhere in California, completely unaware that this road could swallow a rider whole. I slow down, lower the gear, elbows loose, eyes scanning for dips and patches. Because here, one wrong move isn't a mistake, it's a rescue mission without rescuers. The leaves crunch under my tires. The front wobbles slightly on wet moss. You grip tighter, breathe slower. And that's the thing about solo rides. 90% freedom, 10% what the hell am I doing here? What if I slip? What if a leopard decides to check his territory right now? What if the bike tips over and there's no one, absolutely no one to help? I check my phone. Zero network. Just a blinking blue dot, frozen in the middle of nowhere. Every sound now feels amplified. A rustle, maybe a bird, maybe not. I can smell the damp soil, pine, and that unmistakable scent of wild vegetation after rain. The canopy blocks most of the sunlight, leaving dappled patches on the road. Beautiful but eerie. Even the wind sounds different here, almost too careful, like it doesn't want to disturb the forest's silence. And through all this, Google Maps, cheerful as ever, keep going straight. Brother, I don't even know if this is straight anymore. See, Google knows roads, it just doesn't know feelings. It can't tell when a road is too narrow, too steep, or too alive. For Google, it's just a path. For riders like us, it's a heartbeat with a deadline. I ride deeper. The bends keep coming, tighter, sharper, no rhythm to them. The trees now form a tunnel, green wall on both sides. My visor fogs up slightly. The humidity bites. The bike hums softly. Your only companion in this echo chamber. The sense of isolation hits different up here. You start talking to yourself inside the helmet, convincing your own brain to stay calm. Just when I start wondering if I am completely lost, I see movement ahead. A few locals walking with baskets, casual as a Sunday stroll. I stop in front of them. The silence hits instantly. Me to the bhaiya. Bhaiya, is this road going to Sohbar? He smiles. That kind of smile locals give when tourists take the wrong turn. No, Sohbar is the other way. You have to go up. That moment stings, but also massive relief. At least I know I'm not stuck in a loop. And so yeah, Google Maps really said shortcut to Sohbar and dropped me straight into Discovery Channel. But now comes the tough part. Turning a 170 kilograms bike on a road narrower than my kitchen staircase. The slopes uneven, grips questionable. One slip downhill could make national news. You inch, you balance, you whisper prayers. You didn't know you were remembered. A couple of locals helped me pivot the bike around. And that's when it hits. Adventure looks amazing in DJI and Insta360 footage until you're in the one in it. जानवर Thank you. So I turn around and head back where I came from. On the way back, the same road feels different. Familiar, still narrow, still dangerous. But this time, the anxiety is replaced by awareness. Every curve, every crack, every rustle, I feel it all. This road didn't take me to Sobar, but it took me somewhere else, inside my own head. Google Maps showed me a path on the screen. The forest showed me reality. And somewhere between those two, I learned something simple. Not every road leads forward. Some roads exist just to teach you when to stop and turn back. So yeah, thanks to Google Maps for the fastest route. Next time, maybe an accurate map route will do. Okay, let's wrap up this episode here guys. But the fun and adventure and the stories never stop. So keep watching my videos and please subscribe to my channel. It will really motivate me further to share my journeys and my stories. Thank you and bye bye. See you on the next one.